So
right,
you could
yeah.
always hop on that train and date Kanye. A lot came out at the end.
I watch you this I ain't raised no. Welcome to the first episode of On Stage. I'm Kyle, and
I'm Nate. We're the co-founders of the Skate and Hate.
we've got an awesome show for you today. We've got 3 primary categories. We're going to update you on some cool stuff going on for Skate and Hate. We're going to interview an awesome local band, and we're going to eat some hot wings and steal someone else's bit.
So I'm most excited for the second part. The third part sounds quite awful because I am terrible with spice. But I'm also really excited to talk about the Skate and Hate, which is what we're going to do first.
Did you put some toilet paper in the freezer? Are you prepped?
In the freezer?
Yeah.
I have never even thought about doing that ever. Wait, but how are you going to rip it if it freezes?
You don't.
You just squish the roll and wipe. Go right for it.
And on the next episode of On Stage,
we're going to teach
we're
you
going to
how
have to
do
substitute
that.
Nate. He's still going to be on the toilet.
All right, so let's dive right in with the Skate to End Hate 2022, what we've been doing since the Skate to End Hate 2021, and what we have planned.
Yep.
So I think one of the biggest things that we actually just released recently was Promises of the Light, the Skate to End Hate story. So tell them a little bit about that.
Yeah, so at our most recent October 2021 event, the awesome Jake Johnson was walking around and filming the vast majority of what was going on. All of our music, all of our vendors, all of the speeches that were given, the whole 9 yards. And over the course of the last couple months, we had a couple meetings. He did a lot of editing, a lot of work on that project, and it was just released. So if you didn't get to make it out to the event, or you're kind of just curious as to the backstory of why we do what we do, feel free to head to YouTube, Facebook. It'll be up there on the Skate 10 Hate pages. And you can kind of go back and reminisce on the October event, or if you weren't there, you can see how it went for yourself.
Yeah, so a lot of it has to do with, as far as like the actual video goes, has to do with the performers and the vendors and everything that were involved with our 2021 event. But in reality, it's sort of just a good warm-up, I guess, or a good sort of introduction to what the Skate and Hate is and how we got about it, how Kyle and I started. And if you were, if you stumbled upon YouTube and you stumbled upon Facebook and you're like, what the heck is this? I think that's like the perfect introduction of like, hey, this is what we are. I feel like that's a pretty accurate depiction of what we do, so.
Yeah, I think it's the most accurate that we can get as of right now. With everything going on in the world with COVID, 2020 didn't have an event, which we're very regretful of, but at least we got to keep people safe and, out of harm's way with everything going on. But 2019 was, the origin story. We had this big event that we were incredibly surprised that we had the ability to do and draw out the amount of people that we brought. But on top of that, 2020 didn't have an event. We're sitting here twiddling our thumbs trying to figure out what to do to not go stir crazy. And we figure 2021, we have to do something. We can't sit back again with mandates being lifted and New York State getting a little bit more calm about things with COVID. We figured it was time to gear back up, and we started planning really, really, really early on, and it gave us a big upper hand on being able to do an event to that capacity once again. So we want to give a massive thank you to Montage Music Hall for having hosted us in 2021. As much as it was awesome, we're hoping that the rest of our events can be done indoors and outdoors, which brings us to 2022.
Yeah, so I feel like 2022, one of our biggest things is growth. Our goal is to just grow as much as we possibly can. And I think that one of those core growths that we actually did is bringing on this man. So Jake, just quickly step right in front of the camera, come say hi.
I'm going to step behind you so I'm in focus.
This is Jake. So for most of 2021 and then going into 2020, the Skate to End Hate was purely Kyle and I, and then any sort of volunteers that would come on for, the day of the event, or musicians that would join us for things. But we are actually expanding, and we brought Jake on for all of our media. So Jake made the promo for the Skate to End Hate 2021, the recap. He also made the Promises of the Light video, He is editing and directing this video right now, and he'll be with us for all of our media projects moving on.
You're welcome.
We need him.
Along with, he will be in charge of all of the media for the day of our events. So he'll be directing a team of, photographers and cinematographers to continue to make quality content for everybody that attends our events. So I think that's one of our huge growths for this year. But what's another one we're working on?
So to kind of get into the really cool details of the event itself, we definitely want to make sure that we, or at least personally, I want to emphasize the fact that we work very hard to have a lot of people involved, but it's difficult to solidify things, especially with a good amount of time left before the actual event happens.
Yeah, so most things are tentative right now.
Most things are tentative. There are some things that are 100% set in stone, but if we mention something and you come out to the event in 2022 and it's not there, or a band that we mentioned isn't there, or a vendor can't make it, please take it with a grain of salt. We're definitely trying all that we can to get some really big names involved and do a really awesome event this year, but it's not entirely up to us the entire time. It comes down to scheduling a lot of the time.
Yeah, a lot floats up in the air, so every month we're going to try to do our best to update you on what's going on, but everything is tentative, things are subject to change, so don't rewind the video and bring it up to us and go, this band's not playing, because, things change. So, what do we got in store for 2022 that we can talk about as of now?
Yeah, so as of now, for those of you who are part of the street scene here in Rochester, come wintertime, we can't bike, we can't skate. It gets pretty difficult. Salt ruins just about everything. The snow makes it significantly more difficult to get around on anything other than four wheels, and even then, that's compromised. So we're really excited to be hosted at Breaking Free Indoor Skate Park this year. Located on University Ave in downtown Rochester. We're really glad that we can have a location kind of centralized to everywhere that we cater to. Right in the middle of Rochester means we can get a lot of people on the east side of Rochester, where we had matter of fact, we haven't had an event yet, but the west side of Rochester too, where we had our 2019 event. So we're hoping to bring out a lot of people. It's a centralized location. Hopefully everybody can make it. Hopefully it's not too far of a drive for anyone. But yet again, if the weather permits, there will be a lot of stuff going on outside. All the skateboarding, biking, any of the sports will be going on inside. So hopefully it all goes as planned.
And I think one of the big things is we're hoping to go back to the roots of 2019, where we're outside and then mix in the inside from 2021. But I feel like a big part of our 2019 event was the fact that it felt very festival, because, there's something about, I loved being at Montage for 2021 and being able to, have that stage that's already there. It's a concrete structure, but there's something to be said about, going outside and seeing those massive trusses and, the lights hanging down, and that stage, that platform stage that is going to be torn down in a couple hours. There's something about it that matches the energy that I'm excited to get back to with our 2022 event.
Yeah, it's very, very, well planned out. We take months on edge to plan out this entire event, but yet you come to this parking lot as 2019 was, and as hopefully 2022 will be. It looks kind of guerrilla. It looks pretty improvised, and it's something that we have to throw together in a matter of hours before anyone gets there, tear it down real quick when everyone leaves. So it's a lot of effort that we put in to, bring a lot of awareness to the topics that we're bringing them to, and so everyone can come out and enjoy a nice summer day. So hopefully, again, we can do that this year, and nothing gets in our way.
Yeah, so we're working on a lot of things to sort of take over that parking lot by Breaking Free Skate Park. We're looking to get a lot of businesses involved, and we still have a lot that's going on in the planning phase. So if anybody sees this and, you're thinking, man, I'm itching to get in on that somehow, we are guaranteed to find some sort of way to get you involved with what we're doing, whether it's, on-site, physically, if it's, something sponsored, prep-wise, if it's a monetary donation. There's always some sort of way to get you guys involved. And honestly, I think we look forward to the calls and the meetings and the text messages and emails with other businesses to sort of show that, couple of kids trying to throw together a festival, and it's nice to know that the city of Rochester and the businesses that surround it are behind us. So
Yeah, I can't help but agree. It's an awesome feeling whenever, my phone rings and it's, a text from Nate saying, hey, we got a meeting, with this vendor or with this company. They're going to help us out. There's more to be had. We've got a lot of really cool raffles and a lot of really cool donations for you guys. But if there's any businesses watching who want to donate monetarily, donate any of their services in any way, shape, or form, please feel free to reach out. We'll leave some contact information, and you can definitely help us put on an extensively well planned out event.
So I'd say in closing, if you're from the skate community and you came out to our 2019 event and you had a blast, and maybe you did or you didn't come out to our Skate Down Hate 2021 event and you felt that it was lacking in the skate community, this year we are full-fledged going hard on the skating aspect of it. So we would really love to see you for our 2022 event and get you guys involved, because Kyle's been busting his butt to work with every skate company in the area across the country that he could possibly think of for raffles, for giveaways, for donations, for all that kind of stuff. And we're working hard to make sure that the skaters get the event that they need and deserve and want and all that jazz.
And on top of that, there's a lot of really cool musicians and bands who are going to be a part of this event. There's going to be a lot of people giving, speeches. There's going to be a lot of music being played. There's going to be some really influential people who come along and join us. And with that being said, there's a lot of people from the skate community. There's a lot of people from the music side of Rochester and upstate New York overall. And to kind of sum it up, there's also a lot of companies that don't have a ton to do with music or don't have a ton to do with skating, but are very, very well-known companies, are very sought after for their products or their services, who are already on board to be helping us again this year.
So we got a lot in store, and we look forward to having more updates for you guys next month. But now it is time to get into an interview with one of my favorite bands in the local community. Letters from New York has played a show with them. Their energy is just insane. Yeah. So we're going to take a quick second here and bring in the boys from Whiteboard Pipedreams.
And today on Stage, we're on stage with
Ryan Johnson,
Will Kelderhouse.
From the band Whiteboard Pipedreams. So you guys just released a new album. Let's hear a little bit about it. Like, tell us some brainstorming behind it, a little information about it. Give us some of the news.
All right. Well, Me and the Moon, Us and the Universe is the name of the album. Came out February 12th, and it is on all streaming platforms. We started this project at the beginning of the summer, last summer, and it's got 5 songs on it, one of which is by me. The rest are written by our other bandmate, Spencer Dovey, who couldn't be here today because he's making it big in Nashville.
What's he doing in Nashville?
School.
Oh, does he go to college there?
Yeah,
wow.
Belmont.
Out of all 5 songs, what's your favorite song?
For me, it has to be the song Dream Girl.
Nice. Any particular reason?
Just the production value is amazing. Because I remember we tracked it in studio in Buffalo at Mammoth Studios was where we tracked the most of the album, and we did 2 days in to do the tracking, and then did some mixing days later on, and in between that we did vocal days and stuff like that. And after getting all the tracks down, the rest of anything we added was afterwards, in our own bedrooms. And Spencer did most of the harmonies and adding guitars and stuff like that afterwards. And I remember he one day came up and showed me what he had for it, and it was just so different. He added slide guitar and synths, and even just the harmonies that he had for it were outstanding. I can swear on this, right?
We'll probably bleep it, but whatever.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the reason why it's my favorite.
Hey, what about you?
My favorite's probably a track called Doomed for Sure, I believe also written by Spencer Dovey,
Yes.
the beautiful man himself. And that one, just because, I don't know, it's just a banger. That riff is great, very great, and it just kind of trucks along. I feel like it also sounds quite a bit different than the last album. I feel like that song kind of encapsulates where we were kind of moving with this one. And it's very synth heavy also, and yeah, it's great.
So release date and Dream Girl. So we got a track called Dream Girl on the album, and we got a release date right before Valentine's Day. some inspiration behind this
Yeah,
song?
what's the correlation?
Absolutely not. No, I'm not sure what his inspiration for the song was, but we wanted to like release it like a certain time period after like putting it out on Spotify for like business reasons, for like chances to, because Spotify needs to get their, as Spencer says, grubby little hands on it in order to see if they want to put it on like playlists and stuff like that. So it was more of like a marketing like promotion type thing than like the actual like Valentine's Day is inspired. Because I don't think really like any of the songs besides like Dream Girl are really like love heavy.
Let's say I'm a brand new fan of Whiteboard Pipedreams. I'm not. I've played a show with you guys. You guys slap. It was insane. But if I'm a brand new fan, what can I expect as far as your concerts, you know, your social media? What sort of like personality do you guys throw on to your band stuff?
Oh, I'll answer that. Pretty goofy silly. We like to have a goofy silly time. I like to say we're full of joyous whimsy. No, but we're just like genuinely so happy to make music, and then we don't really try to play it too cool. There's a lot of memeing on our account, and just a lot of like DIY aesthetics, probably because it is pretty DIY.
Yeah.
We're not very well funded, and but yeah, like, and the concerts are the same way. Like, we just try to have as much fun as possible while playing, you know, mostly correct notes, I would say.
So you got to be following the footsteps of the great marketing manager for Wendy's nowadays.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, is your social
Big
media
inspiration.
just as like, are you throwing shots at other bands, or is it all love
Right.
and love and
Yeah,
happiness?
dude, you better watch out. You better watch out.
I know. I'm gonna start
More
seeing
like
tweets
letters
coming
from
at
the
us.
islands.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of beef.
Yeah, a lot of beef. So where'd the name come from? You know, when you guys are all sitting around trying to come up with, you know, we got a project, we got an idea of what we want to do. How did Whiteboard Pipedreams get tossed into the mix?
Well, Whiteboard Pipedreams originated with me and our band member Tom Crowley back in probably like my sophomore year of high school. So that was probably like 2017, maybe 2016. It was like when I started playing music and when he started like playing music with me, and we would really just do like coffee shops and stuff. And we didn't have a name yet, and we were, but what we would do is we would like plan everything out on like this whiteboard that I had in my basement. And I remember one night I was talking to Tom about this and about how like it's my big end goal for my life. It's all I want to do is be a musician, and I knew that he felt the same way. So we were having this conversation, and I was telling him about like the term pipe dream, because I'd probably learned it around then or whatever. And I just remember like he looks at me, and then he looks at the whiteboard, and then he gets up and he grabs a marker and writes on the whiteboard right on the top, right in the corner, and he goes, Whiteboard Pipe Dreams. And that's what it's been ever since.
That is way cooler of a story than most band names. That's fire. I love that.
Yeah.
Tale as old
I
as
love
time.
that. What do you got, Kyle, man? Let's keep ripping
I
on.
don't know. Let's see. So you guys said that you've put out some projects prior to this album. What if you had to pick? You know, like Nate was saying earlier, you're just getting into the band. You're just starting to listen to music. If you had to recommend one song not on this album for someone else, just kind of scrolling through the Spotify, or maybe they find themselves pretty deep on, you know, Instagram or Twitter or something. What are you guys going with?
Yeah.
Yeah. Different Plans for sure. That's like my favorite song to play with the band. I think it's like one of the best songs on OK Kid, which is our first album. And yeah, like it just kills. I think it just like, again, like trucks along, like great momentum. I just love that song.
Another part of the band that I really like is the fact that we are like, many of us write songs in the band, and many of us like are able to put like our own sort of spin on each song. So they all sound very different. So like you can go from like Special Disco, which is like very like almost like metal, and like not metal. It's certainly not metal, but it's pretty funk. And then you go to like other tracks like Home, which is very like acoustic and very like. I wrote that one personally, and I would say that one was very much inspired by like, you know, the band Head in the Heart, Rivers and Roads.
No.
Well, they're very like folksy. And so that song's very
I like it,
folksy, but like so like depending on the person, like and depending on who is talking to me, I would say they like Home or Different Plans or even like Special Disco.
Or
That
Special
one
Disco.
rocks.
Love that song.
Nice. So what's on the agenda? You know, we're starting to get into some warmer weather here soon. At least we're hoping. Which means summer's right around the corner, which for bands, it's time to get ripping. You guys got new merch, you guys got new shows coming up. Like, what's on the docket for Whiteboard Pipedreams?
Well, definitely shows. We wanna get a couple miles on the band. We wanna venture out to like different areas of New York and stuff like that. And We also we probably will have merch. We don't have anything in the making right now just because everyone's busy with like school and other obligations. But our band artist that we have, Paulo Blanchi, the one that made the album cover and has made like many designs for us in the past. He's certainly on board to make more, and I know that he is going to have great ideas for this new era of Whiteboard Pipedreams.
Man, what do you got to say for the people who have helped you along the way? That have gotten you to where you are musically, and to the fans that have sort of started to build up as you guys keep going.
Thanks. No. No. Well, yeah, thank you. No, I'm being serious. Yeah, well, we feel very, again, like we like to have fun, but we also kind of feel just very family-based. Like, we're all pretty sweet dudes, when we want to be. Yeah, like, I don't know, we all just kind of feel like one big family, to the point where, like, since we know a lot of our fans, they feel like family to us, and it's just kind of like very a community-based band. So we wouldn't be where we are without our fans, is what I'll say.
What about you? Got anything to add to that?
I'll say the moms of the band, Mrs. Kresak, Mrs. Dovey, my mother. They all just like push for us for like all of their friends. My mom even like posts on Twitter adding like Elon Musk or Taylor Swift and be like, my son just put out a new album, or this is my son's new song, or whatever. As much as I'm reluctant to say, it's very sweet, and I do love her for it.
That's tight. You always gotta respect the moms, man. The last band I played in, we called our mom the momager, because she was the one that like helped set up the merch table and all that jazz, man. She was at like every show, so yeah. Moms are definitely the goats when it comes to this sort of thing.
of all the people in the world, that's the one that you can't be here without.
Yeah, in fact, I'm quite literally.
Push you out.
Has Elon responded?
Yeah. What's the status on Elon's tweet?
I think he's still holding out on us.
I think he's busy. I don't know.
He would like. Do you think he's seen it and he's just like?
He might have rushed it. I'm not sure. I don't know. Might have been left on red.
We might need to tweet it out again then and try to.
Get it. Here's a marketing piece for you. If you want some, it seems like this is working for everyone nowadays. If you want some free publicity, just diss Kanye West on Twitter.
Right? That seems to be the move. So.
Yeah.
Or back Pete Davidson sucked. And people will be like
take a side for sure.
Yeah.
Or take a picture of you dressed up like either Travis Barker, Machine Gun Kelly, or Pete Davidson, guaranteed to go viral because they're hot right now.
Or my favorite, either date Kim or Kanye.
Yeah. And it seems like Kanye might be free right now, so you could always hop on that train and date Kanye today.
Or both. Julia love triangle.
All right. Well. What do you got to say? We'll get a little sign off, one last plug for the band, and then we'll pass it over to the next segment here.
All right. Well, I guess number one, listen to our album, Me and the Moon, Us and the Universe, on all streaming platforms. Also, if you like, buy the CD. Well, one, it has a single on it that is not released anywhere else. It's called Jet Lag. It was a track that Spencer and our producer Phil made like a while ago, and it's probably one of my favorites, and it's just a very different vibe. But I think once you listen to it, you'll love it.
Jet Lag does feel very bonus tracky, very nice. I'm a big fan myself too. Mm-hmm. I'd like to say thank you to On Stage for having us.
Yes.
And I would also say that as a new member of the band, I actually just joined a few weeks ago. I've been playing live with them for a while, but now I'm officially an in-studio member. That I'm just excited to write on the third record and then go out and support this one. And also listen to it.
All right, so thank you so much for joining us, guys, and make sure you check out Whiteboard Pipedreams on all sorts of social media, all sorts of Spotify. You guys are on YouTube Music, Pandora, Spotify, Amazon, Google Play, all that jazz.
And definitely go get the physical CD because no one's doing physical stuff these days.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So, with that being said, we also appreciate you guys being our guinea pig here for episode 1 of On Stage. And make sure you check them out in the future, guys. All right, now it's time for a new segment called Steal That Bit, where Kyle and I are going to steal bits from existing YouTube videos. That's the word. Because being creative is hard, and we're bad at it. So, for today's episode, we are going to play the Truth or Dab game from Hot Ones. So here's the deal. I'm terrible with spice. I don't know about you. You've got some Spanish and Venezuela and all that cool stuff in your blood, and I don't. So I think I'm gonna do terrible with this. How are you feeling going into it?
So I had to Google it. This sauce in specific is 2 million, or ranks 2 million on the Scoville scale. So they measure spicy heat. 2 million Scoville units is twice the heat of a ghost pepper. So I think even the Hispanic heritage in my blood is not saving me on this. Might give me a tiny bit of an advantage, but it's not going to save me.
So here's how the game goes. We have 4 categories of cards. We have truth, we have a pop quiz, we have a one-up situation, and we have the BFF Trivia. So we're each going to take turns picking up a card. We're going to start, and we're going to go left to right. And if you get the wrong answer, or if you're not comfortable answering the question, then you are required to take one of our saltines here, because our chicken is still cooking and it's gonna take a while. So we're impatient. We're gonna do this with crackers. You gotta put a nice glob of hot sauce right onto the cracker. So without further ado, let's get into it. You wanna start?
Sure.
We'll do 2 of each.
What's the biggest secret you've kept from your parents?
Kind of an open book, so this is like a hard question because I don't really have much to keep secret. Sarah and I, my girlfriend Sarah and I started dating in October, and I told them about my relationship with Sarah in early October, but Sarah and I had been together since July, so I don't know if that's a bad thing, but it is something that I kept from them, so I guess there's that. What's the meanest thing you've ever said to someone's face? Just right to their face.
That's rough because my girlfriend's behind the camera. Someone's face? Huh.
Admitting you pissed in the hot tub I was sitting in?
Oh, I did do that.
Is that your answer?
The meanest thing you've ever said.
Wait, but that's not
answers?
mean. That's not mean.
I mean, it's not mean. It's disgusting.
It's kind of up because he let me get back into the hot tub later.
But this is
hang on.
like an insult to someone's face that we're
Mind
asking
you, hang on.
for.
We once again we have to specify. There's a difference between peeing in the hot tub and peeing into the hot tub.
Which one did you do?
I peed in the hot tub.
Oh, okay.
was
I
in
thought
the
you were
hot
about
tub.
to clarify because you peed into the hot tub.
No. There's a difference because people say it, they're like, "Oh, you peed in the hot tub." I wasn't standing outside of the confines of the hot tub.
You don't do that?
I mean, it depends whose hot tub it is.
Wait, you've been in my hot tub.
I don't think I peed in the hot tub.
I guess we'll accept that as an answer then. I mean, that's not something you've said, but clarifying that you peed in the hot tub and you let someone get in it, that's kind of messed up. So we'll accept it. We'll accept it. All right, your turn.
Do you pee in the shower?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
Anybody that says no, I believe, is truly lying. The inconvenience to get out of the shower and then walk onto your floor
You can slip.
and then take a piss and then get back into it, that's so inconvenient. Just pee in your shower.
Well, why don't you just pee before you get in?
What? Okay.
Sometimes
so
I'm in there for
this
so
is
long
this is the
contemplating
same.
life.
This is the same situation that goes with the hot tub situation. Warm water affects your body.
It does.
Warm water makes it so you have to pee. So unless you actively think, you know what, I'm about to get into the shower, I should be safe and check and pee.
Here's what's worse is, have you ever had to poop in the shower? Not like, have you ever... allow me to explain. Not have you ever squatted down and took a shit in the shower. I mean, have you ever just been like, gotten in the shower, been, washing yourself off and be like, how did this creep up on me?
Yes, yeah,
Ah,
but
I have to get out
I've
all
never
wet.
squatted and waffle stomped it, so I guess I'm in the clear there. Yes, I do pee in the shower. Do you pee in the shower?
100%. Why would you, on top of not only the inconvenience of having to exit the shower, but also then you have to flush the toilet, which if you pay for your own water bill, is more money that you have to pay
It's true.
for water.
It's true. Think smart. That's innovation that excites me
And
there.
environmentally, it's smarter.
Oh, make up your own question. Anything goes.
Oof.
What is the worst date you've ever been on? And it could be with Emily.
Oh, no, dude, that's super easy. I feel like I've told you about this before. There was this woman who had DM'd me. This is funny because we're on the anniversary of it.
I know this story
No,
now.
this-
All of a sudden, this has dawned on
She
me,
also
and I
knows this.
totally agree with your statement.
I would like to very specifically point out the fact that my girlfriend is behind the camera and she knows this story. There was this woman hit me up on Instagram the night of Valentine's Day in 2020. I had just gotten in a car accident. Somehow she DMs me on Instagram, asks me to come over to her house. never met this woman before in my life, have no idea who she is. I tell her no, and that I have no idea who she is. We talk for another 2 days, and then she invites me back over again on like a Sunday night. So I go over to her house, some things ensue, and I find out that her parents are home. And I'm like, all right, absolutely not. I'm leaving. Like, I'm getting out of here.
I love the vague statement of some things ensue.
Yeah, it's not worth getting into. I'm trying to leave her home, and she's not allowing me to leave. She's got like legitimately has the door blocked. So finally, I managed to get out of there. I think it was the next day or the day after, she hits me up, and she's like, hey, like, I'm gonna drive out to where you live. Like, would you mind stopping and getting coffee with me? I said, okay, I guess so. As if there weren't a billion red flags 24 hours prior. I somehow agreed to a second hangout. Meets me out there and is just obnoxious. Like, you know those people who just, they don't stop talking?
I'm familiar, yeah.
Like, if you were to ask me a question and halfway into answering the question, maybe 3 or 4 words that I get out, you interrupt me and ask me a different question.
Yeah, no, I'm very
Constantly.
familiar with those kind of people, man.
Now imagine that this person who does this speaks at a volume of 300,000.
For the bit, can we reenact this real quick?
If
I
you really want to.
I want to be you
You want
in
to be
this
me?
situation, so.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. So, like, where do you work? Like, I know you have a job.
Oh, actually, I work at a...
Oh my God! So tell me about the time that your clothing company. Oh my God! Yeah.
What about my clothes?
Oh, so you're friends with Zach, right? You know Zach?
Yeah, Zach and I, we grew up together.
Yeah, I know his friends.
Which one of his friends?
All of his friends.
All of
I've
them?
slept with them all.
Oh. That was perfect. That was exactly what I wanted that to be.
Except it was a lot of that, except a lot of very vulgar detail about the events that had ensued the prior night
Okay.
in the middle of a cafe.
All right, moving on, because that was perfect. We're gonna move on to our next category. Would you want to grab that second pile there? Let's see what we're working with.
Neither one of us have had to eat any of this hot sauce yet.
That's my goals.
BFF Trivia.
Oh! Do any of the players play any instruments? So if you can name 5 instruments that I can play.
You can play the garage band.
No. I mean, yeah, but no.
All right, so I'm gonna go with keys,
Yes.
guitar,
Yes.
bass,
Yes.
drums.
Yes. The tambourine does not count.
I don't think tambourine counts. It's percussion in general. You could play. I mean, you can play the bells, which
That's percussion too. There's 2 big ones that you're missing out on.
Well,
one of
you
them's
can
not big.
Vocals. Are we gonna
I'll
count
count it.
that?
All right, then bonus. What was my first instrument?
First it was trumpet. Were you not in trumpet? Were you percussion the whole time? we
Yeah,
were
yeah.
Together?
So drums.
Yeah, drums.
Yeah. I don't know where you got. I don't know where you got trumpet from.
Pop quiz. Question 1. What is the scientific term for when you sweat on your forehead from too much hot sauce?
Perspiration.
I'll give it to you just because I would not know what the first word is.
What is
It's
it?
gastatory perspiration.
Okay, cool. I'll take a dub on that one. That's fair.
Question 2. If you ate an ounce of chili peppers and an ounce of orange slices, where would you get the most vitamin C?
I'm gonna go with the orange slices.
Wrong. I'm going to ask you the third question now.
Okay.
A hot sauce must be made from chili peppers in order to be considered a hot sauce.
Wrong.
True.
It is true. Okay, so I'm gonna take a nice hefty dab because I got 2 of them wrong. A lot came out at the end. A lot came out at the end.
Oh. Nate, I'm going to put some back.
No, it's too
You
late.
gonna
It's
do
on
it?
there now. I have to.
Oh, no.
I'm so nervous.
You got it? You got a glass
I'm
of
so
milk?
nervous.
I can't believe you didn't
Okay.
use the toilet paper.
Right off the
I
bat.
just feel the heat.
Right off. Oh my.
I see some gastatory perspiration.
I got
here.
so. Right off the bat.
I
It's
can
in the-
smell that.
Don't cough at me.
Right off the bat, it's in the front of the mouth.
I don't think
And
that-
it's in the back of the mouth.
So,
This is awful. I did a little bit of this with Zach when he was here. We were jamming together on Friday. It was not nearly as bad as
You
what it is
put
right now.
half the bottle on
Yeah.
that saltine, Nate.
I can't talk.
That was way too much.
All right, chilies help in which bodily function? Digestion, respiration, cognition. Excuse me.
I feel like if you eat a lot of chilies, you definitely want to poop. So digestion would make sense. I'm not gonna lock in that answer yet. I feel like the cognition one doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And then third one was what? Respiration?
Yeah.
He's dying.
Oh my gosh.
Respiration, I don't know. Does it help you breathe? Chilies help you breathe? I feel like your nose runs a lot, but I don't think that has to do with breathe. I'm gonna go with digestion.
Mm-hmm.
Sick. All right, 1 for 3, ladies and gentlemen.
I want you to suffer with me. What is the best way to cool down the bird from hot sauce? Bread, milk, or water?
Bread.
It's milk.
Oh, is it? Well, I guess we're gonna have to
Bro.
find out.
Bro,
It's
you,
right here.
it's right in front of you.
I know, but I figured bread was actually better. You know, the yeast.
I thought you were being sarcastic at
No, I
first.
legitimately thought it was bread.
If you get this one wrong, you gotta do a little heftier too, because it's 2 out of 3. Oh my gosh, it keeps getting worse.
He needs some milk.
He needs some
He
milk.
needs a lot of milk. Which ancient civilization used chilies as currency? The Aztecs, the Romans, or the Incans?
The Aztecs. Pretty positive. Aztec mocha has
Oh.
chili in it.
Jake's coming in clutch. Maybe it would help if we had real milk instead of water milk.
Skim milk.
Skim milk. You know what's funny? Actually, today I had to explain to someone that powdered milk is a thing. They didn't know.
You know, one time I went to the store and I got powdered water, but I didn't know what to add.
Milk.
I'm sorry, that was a bad joke.
You had your own
You are
sauce.
correct, it was the Aztecs, so you gotta take a little bit.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to take my jacket off for this one.
I know, I gotta take my sweatshirt off.
We're stripping in front of the camera.
Oh! Oh!
Oh, I thought you were.
Oh! I'm
Oh man, you're dying,
I'm
dude.
sweating. I feel like I've got like a cold. Like my sinuses are on fire and my nose is running.
What's funny is like the smell of this. Like you smell any hot sauce that's like super hot, they all smell the same. How many more questions are we gonna do?
I think this should be, depending on how this goes, this will be the last one.
We can bleep stuff out on here, right? Mama ain't raised no.
He shoved the cracker in pretty far too, which means it's gonna hit back here.
The goal is you want it to be towards the front of your mouth, but I completely disagree.
Mhm. What do you think?
It's hot. Very hot.
That's it?
Take a little bit of milk.
Chugs the whole glass.
Okay.
Oh, if you drink
Here's
the
the
whole thing.
Here's the deal, everybody. I hate this, but I am willing to punish my body for the greater good of the skate tent hate. So, if this video gets a good enough response, you know, if everybody seems to enjoy this, Kyle and I
Oh, now he's volunteering me for stuff.
will start from the beginning. We will run the whole gauntlet and do an entire episodes of Hot Ones for the Onstage podcast. So, tell your friends about this. Have them like the video. Have them comment. You know, do all those things. Help us get some, you know, some more subscribers on our channel.
Should we put a limit here? Like, if we hit this amount, we'll do it?
We're really new. So if we hit either 50 subscribers or even just 50 likes on this video.
I said let's do 100 likes. We're
100?
gonna really hurt ourselves. 50 subscribers or
100 likes on a
equivalent
video?
of 100 likes.
That's fine with me.
As a matter of fact, you only got to get 97 because Nate, my own personal, and the Skate Tent Hate personal, or Skate Tent Hate YouTube will all like it. So 97, you and your homies.
And if you can do that, we've got a friend that's willing to come out and interview us. We'll dive deep. We'll ask all the questions that Sean Evans would ask on Hot Ones. We'll start from right at the beginning. We'll run all the way up to the last dab, which is, dude, we started with their last sauce. And we will run the whole Hot Ones challenge for you.
Yeah.
With that being said, let's do one last round.
One last round? All right. Parent lectures are the worst. Sure time where someone else's parents gave you a talking to.
Someone else's parents.
Yeah.
So the concept of this round is we're each going to tell a story and answer the question. And then Jake and Emily will vote to see whose story was weaker.
Ooh.
And then the person who had the weakest story, they have to eat some hot sauce. So that means someone is guaranteed to eat hot sauce right now.
Yes.
A time that someone else's parents yelled at us, or yelled at me. I got a feeling I'm gonna be eating hot sauce, man. I live a really uneventful life, so I don't think I've ever gotten like yelled at by someone's parents.
I can only really think of 2. So I'll leave names out of it. But
That's probably the best thing to do.
I had a neighbor growing up, and his dad was like, really big into hunting. Always going out, always hunting. Would always make all of his own food. Had really good food. This guy seriously knew how to cook. He would do everything from scratch. Ironically, too, he was super into hot sauces. I think definitely I got a tolerance growing up because this guy's dad would always have hot sauces out, super hot stuff. Because of the fact that he was so into hunting, he always had guns all around the house. And he had one that would hang up by the garage door. And it was if I'm correct, it was a 38 muzzle loader. And he was outside, I don't know what he was doing, but his son and I were inside hanging out. And I picked it up, and I just was kind of looking at it. And I think I checked the chamber, and then hung it back up. And as I hung it back up, he walked through the garage door. The garage door was around a corner. So as I hung it back up, I went and ran and sat back down. And he walked in, and the first thing he notices, I'm thinking, all right, he's going to walk right past it, he won't even notice. First thing he notices is the fact that me, being a dumbass, 13, 14-year-old kid, probably younger than that, hung up this gun and starts swiveling. I threw it up and ran. And it's just swaying. And he looks at it, looks at both of us, just, which one of you touched it? And I wasn't going to lie to him. Dude scared me. And he gave me, a relatively stern talking to, but at the same time, he was kind of cool about it. He was like, oh, this is how you use it. You're not supposed to be afraid of guns. If you're educated, you can learn, not to be an idiot with them, stuff like that. So he was stern about it, and he scared me because he was a heavier set dude. He could have whooped my ass. But he was a cool guy. It was definitely a stern talking to. As a kid, it definitely scared me a lot. But I probably seriously could have hurt someone.
I'm on my 3rd glass of milk.
You're gonna have some strong bones.
I don't know if mine's that interesting either. My parents were away on vacation. I was with you when I got this beginning of this conversation. But I'm not
I don't remember this.
I'm not a partier. I'm not a drinker. I'm not a drunk guy. I don't do any of that kind of stuff. But my parents were away, and me and my buddy were like, all right, what if we, he grabbed a beer or 2 from his parents' garage, and I grabbed a couple drinks out of my fridge, and we were like, let's, drink a little bit. I mean, we're young. We don't know exactly what this whole thing's about. Let's give it a shot. And my parents were really good when they found out. They were just like, come on, dude, seriously, why you gotta do that? But his parents, they lit into him, they lit into me, they lit into my parents. It was a whole thing for a while. And it was bad, man. They were not happy. So, I don't know what you guys think.
That one's up for vote.
But I desperately ask that you tell me that my story was better so we can watch Kyle suffer more.
On one hand, yeah, playing with a gun when you don't really know anything about it, that's pretty messed up.
Yeah.
On the other hand, underage drinking is a big no-no.
And the fact that kid's parents lit into your parents and not just you.
I think that makes that story a lot.
You know what?
Bad.
I gotta go with Nate only because
Yes!
only because you really got it and Kyle kind of got off relatively easy with his, I guess. Sorry.
Take a cracker,
So
boy.
team, please.
A cracker for a cracker.
I knew you were gonna call me crazy.
Is it bad that I kind of want to try it?
You're more than welcome
Come
to
do
join
it.
us and try this. Yeah, come on in.
You want to take mine for me?
No.
No. Definitely, it's a relationship bonding thing.
Is there? Would you like to join in,
Is
Jake?
it good?
Jake, do you want to try some?
Come on, Jake. For suicide prevention.
Yeah!
Yeah, sure.
Yeah!
Have to put down the camera though.
That is the weirdest way anybody's ever.
No.
I have it with my
Recording,
right
yo.
hand, but it's like too close to the right or left. What? Right hand side of the table?
Oh, there's a hair on this bottle.
On
Is
the
it mine? I'm sorry.
On the.
I
Okay.
shed a lot. You said keep it to the front of your mouth. I'm now really nervous and regretting this. I'm sorry I dragged you into this. Keep it to the front.
For suicide prevention. Going in.
Cheers.
Oh.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Mm-mm.
I eat the rest of that.
Mm-hmm.
What are our thoughts?
Hot.
Mm-mm.
Not a fan?
No.
Not a
don't
fan
know
at all?
spicy.
Tastes pretty good. Heat's gradually coming on. I didn't put that big of a dab on it.
Breathing hurts.
Dude, it says nutrition facts.
Zero!
One,
Zero
two,
everything!
Zero
calories.
everything.
Yeah, zero everything. I feel like my reaction was anticlimactic.
Alright, we should probably end this thing. Like, officially.
Officially
Get
in.
out.
Everybody out.
All right, so I am now coming down from my hot sauce low. I've never felt so gross in my
Low.
life. I'm at an all-time low.
If you
Low, 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 low,
Copyright on your phone.
Oh yeah, sorry. Don't sue us, John Bellion. That is it for the first episode of On Stage, the podcast. We hope everybody enjoyed it. We hope you look forward to this every month because we'll continue to put out content for you. Some things we learned today.
If you sweat from your forehead while you're eating peppers, it's called something perspiration. I clearly didn't guess.
Gustatory.
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 Gustatory perspiration. Statutory perspiration.
We have the Aztecs to thank for this awful thing called hot sauce, currency, and Whiteboard Pipedreams loves their moms.
Yeah.
So that is
I
it
love their moms.
yeah, we love you. So that's it for today. So make sure you like and subscribe and do all that jazz. We'll see you next month. Bye.